Hello friends and welcome back for another video. So today I want to talk about finances and more specifically habits that keep you poor. So you want to save money, you have a budget but you're not really committed and you notice some patterns in your spending habits. I was the same a few years ago. I was guilty about everything that I will tell you in this video, but I wanted to save money for my future and I wanted to be less stressed about opening my bank account and looking at my spending habits at the end of each month. And I noticed some really bad habits that kept me poor for a long time. Today I want to share with you these habits and how I overcame them. I'm still guilty about some of them because you know we are human and we need to enjoy life, we need to live. Today I save 50% of my income, so it's okay for me to spend the rest of my money. Okay, so let's get started. So the number one is being always excessive and wanting more all the time. It's like YOLO. We have one life and it's okay to be excessive. It's okay to spend money all the time. It's okay to want more all the time. It's like asking for another drink or asking for a dessert every time that you are in a restaurant, even if you're full. It's to always wanted the latest trend or the latest clothes because you wanted it in this moment. It's like an instant gratification. It's really a mindset of it's okay, it's my life and I want to enjoy it and I don't care about my future, I don't care about money and yeah, YOLO. And I was like this before. I had this kind of mindset and I was always excessive. I was always the girl who had one more drink compared to my friends. I always wanted to order a dessert. I always wanted to have the latest trend, this kind of things, because life wasn't easy and we needed to decompress. I'm not against this. Sometimes you just need to enjoy your life because it's hard enough, but you also need to be reasonable because you have a future and it's important to save money for your future. So instead of thinking about instant gratification, you need to think about long-term gratification. I didn't want to feel stressed about my bank account every single month of my life. It's such a gratification to open your bank account and see the amount of money you save, and it's so much more a pleasure to do this than just to buy the latest things that you think you miss in your wardrobe. So how to overcome this? You need to know why you're doing this. Why are you drinking more this night? Maybe you had a really busy day at work and you need to slow down and you need to decompress, or maybe you want to hide a feeling by buying something fast fashion. There are a lot of why, but all these things are really an instant gratification and you need to think mid-term or long-term and not the instant. Like, what will you feel in a few minutes having this clothes, having this drink? Think about how you will feel in the next morning and how you will feel when you will open your bank account. Number two, shopping without a goal. And I was so guilty about this because anytime I was bored, my number one activity was to go to the mall to see the latest trends, to see what I could buy. And it was something that I did every single week or every 2 weeks before. And I spent a lot of money doing this to wear the clothes or the shoes only once, and sometimes I had the label on the clothes for weeks or even months. And when I did my declutter a few months ago, I decluttered all these clothes with the labels, and because I had nothing else to do during these times, it was my #1 activity. So it was really hard to fight this habit. So I had to find something to do to replace that. And because I didn't have enough space for my clothes, I started to declutter, and I liked that. I liked this feeling, so I started to document my life, and I started this channel, and now I don't have time to go to the mall, and when I need to go there, it's because I really need to buy something. I also try to stay occupied at home because it's really easy now to shop online, to click order because you have your credit card memorized on your computer. #3, not being aware of your expenses. It's to spend money on things that you have twice. Not comparing prices or buy things you really don't need. It's also to have expenses that you are not aware of, like monthly subscriptions or even something that you need to pay this month, and you are surprised to see it when you open your bank account. That's why it's important to know what you have on your shelves, in your closet, and all the subscription or all the insurance that you have. When I'm running errands, I know exactly what I have on my shelves, I know exactly what I need to buy, because I don't like to have things that will expire soon. I don't like to have double in my closet, and because I don't want to waste money on these things too. #4, not looking at your bank account frequently. I don't say that you need to look at it every single day, but you need to do it like every 3 days, I think. And I was guilty about this because I was so afraid about how much money I was spending at this time, because I was like, oh, okay, we will see at the end of the month. Yeah, this kind of attitude, and that kept me poor because I wanted to wait until I had my income to open my bank account again, and it's ridiculous because it wouldn't make my expenses disappear. So even if it's not really a great moment, I know that. Try to look at it every 2 or 3 days. And it's also important to know if there isn't some suspicious activity in your bank account too. You can have an app with all of your bank account same place at the same time. You don't have to open 50 different apps to see everything that you have. I know it's scary, but you will save a ton of money watching your expenses, because sometimes you just close your eyes and you're like, oh, we will see. But just to see your expenses will open your eyes. And maybe something that you can do is to take an hour to look at your finances, check what habit is bad and what costs you a lot, and do a kind of budget, something that works for you. #5, not paying yourself first. So okay, there are taxes, there are everything else, and I know what I mean by that. I'm in France, and I think that we are the country that are the most taxes, or we are in the top 5, I think. So I know it's difficult, but you need to pay yourself before anything else. So you have your rent, you have your loan, you have your mandatory expenses, and after that you need to put your money outside of your bank account, outside in a savings account. And let me tell you that if I don't see money on my bank account, I won't spend it. So it's really great to do that. It's really great to automate your transfer, so that at the beginning of each month you have what will last for a month. So I like to do it after I have my income. I save 20% for my leisure, and everything else will be invested or in my emergency fund. And really guys, it's a game changer. #6, always wanting to upgrade what you don't need. It could be a phone, a laptop, your running shoes, your furniture, or everything else. But actually, when you're doing this and when you think about it, you have latest trends every single week. Like for example, in fast fashion you have a new season every week, so it's not possible to wear everything that is the latest. The cost per use is not really great, and for your bank account and for environment it's a disaster. So what I try to do when I want to upgrade is to resell or to recycle to have a discount on the things I wanted to buy. For example, I needed to upgrade my laptop because it was really difficult to edit videos, so I resell the previous one to Apple so that I had a discount on the new one. And what I did was to not buy the cheaper one because I knew that I needed to have something really strong for the videos, but I didn't buy the expensive one because I knew that my activity wasn't enough for this kind of expenses. So now I know that my laptop will last a little bit longer than the cheaper one. And for example, I want to upgrade my phone, but it's not something that I will do quickly because I know that it works. So think about how you will use it, and if it's something that you really need, okay, you can save to have this. But if it's just for 2 or 3 times, I don't see the point. Number 7, being too strict with your budget. Yeah, I'm telling you this because we are human and it's okay to spend money and to have some pleasure from time to time. And we work a lot, we spend time helping others, and sometimes we just need to treat ourselves. And it's what I said in my video about the money I want to invest this year, because I want to have experiences, I want to buy stuff that will bring me joy. And I decided to do this year because last year and the year before I decided to do no buyers, and it was really difficult to not spend money at these times because it was too strict. I'm really okay about low buyer with rules, like I don't want to spend money on fast food, I don't want to spend money on makeup or that kind of things, but sometimes you really just need to spend money on something that you really want. And what I do right now is that I think about something I want to buy for like 10 or 20 days before buying it, so that I know exactly why I'm buying this thing. Because being too strict, you feel like you are a prisoner of your own budget. And I think that you need to do that to not explode and buy something that you really don't need and that is really expensive. And number 8, not having a kind of budget, because if you don't have a budget, you don't know where your money will go. You don't know how much money you spend on food, on leisure, how much money you spend on your insurances, and at the end of the month you feel surprised by how much you spend on this thing. It doesn't have to be a fancy budget with a lot of columns, a lot of diagrams, or this kind of things. Personally, I only have a budget with 2 columns, one for income, another one for expenses, so that I know what I spend during the month, and I can have some kind of envelope for food or for leisure, and for my savings account too. Alright guys, I will end up this video here. I hope you liked this video. If it's the case, don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe to my channel. I hope this video will help you to notice and to fight your bad money habits and helps you save money too. I see you in the next one. Bye friends.